Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing with the Fanhome Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Megazord build. We will be doing 3 parts today with 29 through to 31. This being the right Tyrannosaurus arm. If you saw my last video, you know we did the left one, which was a little fiddly. Hopefully this won't be quite so bad. While identical, I now have an idea of obviously how it should look. So, without further ado, it's building time. Right, so first up we have the hand, which will be the claws. As you can see, we get a bunch of little screws, washers, and some bits which need clipping out of their sprues. These all go on the inside, so as long as they fit okay and don't have too jagged edges, cleaning them up isn't overly necessary as nothing will be seen. Oh, opened it and everything went flying. That worried me for a second. We have our washers, which we'll need in a second. Let's get those snipped. There should be 4 of these. As you can see here, there are actually 4 and they're not stuck together like the last issue. Let's give this a little spare tray. Actually, here we go. Of course, they are completely static, frictioned into the little baggie, which is an annoyance. This I hate with a passion. We get there in the end. Come on. Or not. Let's bring in my tweezers and see if they can get out. There we go. What's going on there? Yeah. Sorry, the back case fell off slightly, or the stand for my case, which is why it was getting a weird screen there for a second. And then our metal washers, there would be 3 of those. Yes. 3 of those, one of which will be a spare. Then we need our screws. This as well, so that we can tear. There we go. And we get our screws. Plastic away from there. A set of screws. I don't know what's going on, but my stand, my case keeps falling down, so I do apologise. That can't be seen now. It's out all the way. I think it's the magnets in it. It's not working quite as well as it should. Anyway, so first up we need to fit our clips into the right side of the claw. So this one takes this one. Get one of our PB screws. Screw that in. Screw it in nicely. This comes later on in the instructions, but I might as well do it now. I just need to plug in and screw this into the other claw in the same way. Instructions ask you to do it in about 2-3 steps, but when in Rome, there we go. Right, this is going to be the interesting bit. This I had trouble with in the last build because it felt like the instructions were upside down on this. So we're going to see if this works. Okay, so we're going to need 2 rubber washers. I'm going to put one to one side for now. And take one. That goes over this piece here. Then this should clip onto that. And this should come clip over there. We'll need one of the metal washers. One of the metal washers. One of our PM screws. Screw this into position. It says, if I can get it lined up, won't line up. Try that again. That should be aligned. Half the battle's getting this lined up. That's lined up, and I can get the claw back into a correct position, hopefully. No, I can't. Yes, I can. There we go. So, this one was a lot easier. So it does appear that my left claw had the incorrect bottom one. However, I was able to fix it just by flipping them around, and I don't think it's caused any sort of issues with it at all. Next, we need another one of our rubber washers. That goes over like that. This will come and clip on like so. One of our PB screws. Shoot, missed a washer. Oh, I've messed up somewhere. As is the way. Although, fixing that on first has solved a lot of issues. So why we couldn't do that to begin with, I don't know. That's, as much as I'm enjoying this build and as fun as it is, it's definitely a case of the instructions could have certainly have been improved in a number of ways. This being a prime example here that could have done the base of this claw before doing this one, and everything would have sat just a little bit easier. So now, instead of worrying about 2 claws, I only have to worry about 1. There we go. There we go. See? Nice and easy. Why that couldn't have been done the first time, I don't know. And then we fit this over like so, he says. Hopefully, maybe. God, I hate these rubber washers. There we go. For some reason I was given a whole load of PV screws which I didn't actually need. Just realised that. Only ever needed 1, so oh well. So there we go. That's disassembled the claw without any issues. And it appears to be the same as the left one, so I'm not concerned that the left one was put potentially the wrong piece, because I was able to sort it and it did look exactly the same, so we're good. Next up, we then move on to our elbow. So we can get this opened. No screws this time, just 2 shock absorbers and a sprue. So what they've done here is a little bit of the plastic on the sprue comes over the top, so you are going to need to trim those nubs away. So snip it as close to the plastic as you can, and then clean up the sprue. There we go. We will have these 2 bits, which will come as screw covers. We will need some glue for those in a bit. Might as well get that out now. So the first shock absorber goes into the arm, and that fitted amazingly easily, so I'm not going to complain about that. Second shock absorber goes into the elbow. This one will not fit, so again you're going to want a hard, soft or padded surface, should I say, to push that into place with. That one. There we go. There we go. That one fitted. And take our forearm, and this will fit over this part of the arm. It says, there it is. And then this will fit over like so. It just clips into place nicely like so. We're then going to want a drop of glue to put into the screw covers. And then flipping it over, we want to do the same on this side. Just get a drop of glue. It'll come out. There we go. And place that in like so. It shouldn't affect the articulation of the arm at all. That hasn't, so that's nice and done. There we have that. That gets to one side. Next we move on to the forearm. And first up will be our screws, at least one side. So, our screws. We have a bunch of washers which I'll open as soon as I need them. And a couple more screws. I'm going to get rid of the old ones, those are the excess. Those building at home, are you keeping the spare screws? Are you binning them? What are you doing with them? I've got a small little tub with the spare screws and I have no idea why, because I shouldn't need them. I'll probably get rid of them maybe once the build is finished, just in case. I know they say not to use other screws, but you know, if you're using a PB screw with a PB part and you're missing a PB screw, then it's handy to have a spare one lying around, but meh, it is what it is. So we'll then take and fit our right arm. So again, you want to make sure you're doing this the right way up. So this will go like so. So you like that. What I am going to do as we build it is just put a drop of glue into these positions so they don't come out. 1, 2. So again, make sure you are putting these up the right way. So you want the flat end at the bottom and the curvature up at the top, so it moves with the curve of the arm. That's 1. And 2. And clip those into place like so. Everything still moves nicely. Next up is fitting our shock absorber joint. So this goes in like so. You then need 4 washers and 4 screws. So all I'm going to do is take the washers, fit them over the screws, he says. This is easier if you have smaller fingers. See what I mean? It also helps if you don't suffer with ET. Like so. There we go. Come on. There's a good girl. Then we just need to screw these into place. And screw we shall. 1. This will be 2. 2, 3. He says hopefully. There we go. 3. 3 and 4. And that's that done. Then to finish this off, all we need to do is line our elbow shock absorber up and slide that into place. Take and slide this on. Take one of our PB screws and drop it in. Screw it into place like so. And then finally we just need our screw cover like so, and there we have our right arm all done and assembled. That wasn't so bad. That was definitely a lot easier than the first one. One, knowing exactly what needs to be done helps, and two, having the right parts as well. I'm certain that my left arm had the incorrect claw and I had to turn it upside down almost to have it work, but it does work. It looks exactly the same as the right claw, so I'm not unduly worried that it's wrong, or it does work, and I'm not going to bother with going back to Fanhome and trying to get a replacement arm. But there we have it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. I'll be back soon, and until next time, may the power protect you.